Fix my hair. Oh boy. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and we're live streaming on Facebook. I'm also going to live stream on Twitch. I want to give a heads up, Facebook, general public of the internet, friends and families, and those that are still keeping tabs on me, checking up on me. This is a boring live stream. I'm not worth anything, maybe other than views and your ears, your undivided attention. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So I'm going to be live streaming on Facebook and live streaming on Twitch. Because as always, I'm trying to spread the word and stay updated, stay posted, keeping everyone informed. For those that care about me, that choose to care about me, whether or not, it's something like that. Oh, just waiting for the video to start video transmission for Twitch. And there you go. Now I'm live on Twitch. I look kind of really looking at myself. I was very hideous. I was very hideous. Still got the moderate severe acne. It shows. Oh yeah. And my hair's all messy. Yeah. Sorry for the quietness. I'm just checking out things. Making sure everything's working and all that. Okay. Oh. All right. It's 4:30 p.m. Today's Friday, June the 20th. Is almost the end of the month of June. Again, I apologize. My hair is messy. I already had lunch earlier. Had two bananas. I'm drinking tea. Cheers. Thank you for anyone tuning in. Appreciate the audience. Appreciate your undivided attention. Thank you for hearing me out from start to finish. As always, my name is Sunbeam Tai 10, also known as Sunbeam, Sunbeam 007, General Sunbeam, Sunbeam 0072 on Twitch, Sunbeam Zero on my personal DeviantArt account. Not safe for work, 18 plus. Want to give a heads up. Viewers' discretion is highly advised. Highly unsuited materials for under the age of 18. Not safe for minors, not safe for work, and not safe for those that find it unsettling or sensitive. So again, viewers' discretion is advised. I want to be very clear here that I've been around for most of my life, being in my 30s, been around since George W. Bush presidency. When I first witnessed 9/11, I was around there, living in the city of Pflugerville, living in Texas, in the United States of America, on the mainland. I've been around. So and I'm sure y'all, whether you've seen me in elementary school, middle school, high school, I've been around. So I apologize. My speech is kind of slow and my body is very sluggish because my full body aches, minor body aches, so I feel like I need a massage. And this is my day 2 of post surgery operation procedure, recovering at home. Well, anyway, let me read this. Since I'm live right now, live since 5 minutes ago, feeling chill. Personal manifesto: the peaceful creative path. Life is often overwhelmed by the politics of perception, oversaturated with opinion, speculations, and surface level impressions by people in general, by the general public, of each passerby, bystanders, civilians, citizens, pedestrians, workers, soldiers, or in general, people. But beneath all that noise, my truth is simple. All I truly seek is to build a loving home, or a loyal wife, two children on average, and a peaceful household. My vision of a fulfilled life grounded in the natural rhythms of the human experience. No war, no bloodshed, no violence, no hatred, just harmony. I take pride in being a slice of life soul, a peace loving, family centered dreamer with aspirations deeply rooted in creativity. My passion lies in the grand landscape of recreational entertainment, particularly animation. I see myself not only as a storyteller but as a future animator creating meaningful, emotionally rich content that brings people together. I'm a pacifist at heart, a believer in peace, quiet, and a simple joy of serene living. I dream of a life on an island where the beach kisses the jungle, where I can live freely, authentically, and in tune with nature. A lifestyle reminiscent of Adam and Eve, where clothing is optional, judgment is absent, and truth is lived without fear. This is me, an Asian man bearing the weight of emotional trauma, tension, and PTSD, yet still holding onto dreams, expressions, and authenticity. I speak these words not for approval, but because they define who I am: a creator, a survivor, a peace seeker. And through it all, I continue forward toward love, toward legacy, toward animation, General Sunbeam. And that's the memo. So that's my edited version of my personal manifesto. But I have more things to say here on my personal Facebook profile. Let me go down and scroll down again. I'm a married man. I mean, this is kind of an informal way to start off my day 2 post surgery procedure recovery at home. Live stream here on Facebook and Twitch. But I got married. I'm married to my wife, Asuna Knee 45, Asuna Cute 5, Asuna 500. Married on September 2nd in the year of 2023, Saturday at the Oasis on Lake Travis, Austin, Texas. Want to share? I posted a status to remember. So when I remember the first anniversary, and I did not forget, the first anniversary was definitely on September 2nd, and the next anniversary will be coming up. Still going strong, proudly married. I mean, I will say this: that marriage, relationship in general, ain't perfect. Life ain't perfect. I'll just put it that way. But proudly married, loyal, committed. Haven't talked to any other female. I'm gonna be honest. I have not talked to any female here on Facebook, here on Messenger. My Instagram account was shut down. I terminated voluntarily. I choose to shut down my Instagram account and my TikTok account. I might still have Pinterest, but I might shut that down if I feel like it. But I haven't been using it. I do have Pinterest. I just created a Tumblr account, but I'm not gonna share, cross share it. I'm not gonna promote it on Facebook, but because I'm just creating these accounts for the purpose of promoting my stories and spreading my original story work, prevent copyrights and plagiarism and all these copyright infringements. At the same time, I agree and disagree with the whole copyright infringement and this whole copyright policy and laws because it feels unfair, but I understand the purpose of the definition of copyright and why it's there and why it exists as a policy. I don't need to explain it in details, but I will just say that I don't want nobody to be stealing my hard work, my intellectual hard work. My original story is truly my copyright. I own that copyright. I'm the proprietor, the producer behind my own story on Wattpad, and I share it numerously and I share it very aggressively, as well as my YouTube, Twitch, and DeviantArt. So far, I just want to read that post that I shared this post 57 minutes ago. Yeah, I know. I am aware of that myself with the latest Amazon or automatic or artificial robotics with AI enhancement, like the green giant Roomba pod, the Proteus, and the Cardinal robotic arms. I could see a slight decline in employment necessities. I am seeing some voluntary time off options available, particularly for me on my mobile app, on my Amazon A to Z app, that there are some voluntary time off or VTO, and I'm not very proactive because I'm not a big fan of where I work at. Talking about here, as is shared here by CNN, Amazon says it will reduce its workforce as AI replaces human employees. And this was shared on CNN here on Facebook on June 17 at 4:27 p.m. Amazon is warning its employees that artificial intelligence will help the company have a smaller workforce in the future. Well, I appreciate the heads up and I appreciate the transparency. But again, it doesn't really bother me that much because I'm not a big fan of working there anyway. I'm kind of lazy and I've already have put all my maximum proactivity and productivity there, and now my back is aching just thinking about it, and the headache is just coming up because just thinking about it. And I updated my profile picture, so again, this is relating to this live stream update. Personal update, post surgery day 2 memo. Hey everyone, just checking in. I'm doing okay at this time, healing up little by little. My wife is currently out working a long 10-hour shift for Friday alongside my dad. My dad took the Kia Niro to work. Of course, I check outside because I don't have that vehicle, and it won't really matter. I don't feel like driving, but I might be driving just to go to a nearby gas station not too far from this household of this resident. Because again, I'm just thinking about getting some more drinks. But right now, I don't know if I want to do that because I have a serious medical expense. I have a serious medical bill I have to pay off. I have to pay almost $2,000. And luckily, again, I'm thankful to have health insurance. I'm thankful to have health insurance. But again, I just don't want to be too thankful because I don't like having to keep continuously working at a W4, W2 job like Amazon and all these warehouses, putting my back at maximum pain just to go through all that. 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, oh my God. Because once again, my wife is currently out working a long 10-hour shift alongside my dad, taking the Kia Niro, carpooling to work and carpooling back home, while I rest and recover at home. It's day 2 of my post-surgery operation recovery. No serious pain, Thankfully, just minor aches and soreness, like sitting on a ridge rock. You know, when you sit on a rock, like let's say at a park, and you get up, you feel that bum soreness. That's what I'm talking about. It feels the same pain as if sitting on a uncomfortable, rigid rock or something that doesn't feel smooth. You get that pain, the soreness, pain on your bum, on your rear, your butt. I'm just getting it out there, getting it all out of my system. So again, viewers' discretion is advised. I apologize uh for any discomfort here, but unfiltered, uncensored. I exercise the maximum First Amendment, freedom of speech and freedom of expression, and freedom of the press, and I do that very well. I just speak my mind, and all I do is talk. I'm more of an all talk person here, but my action here is spreading the message. I'll say this once more. My wife is out working, currently working a long 10-hour shift, 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. alongside with my dad, taking the Kia Niro, carpooling to and from work while I rest and recover at home. It's day 2 of my post-surgery operation recovery. No serious pain, thankfully, just minor aches and soreness like sitting on a rigid rock. A massage would really hit the spot right now, but with the hefty medical bills I'm staring down, that'll have to wait. Especially I still have to recover because I want a full body massage and I like to completely disrobe because that's my level of comfort. I have no problem fully undressing or disrobing because I want that full body experience. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm planning to do an AMSR live stream later. Well, this is not AMSR. I'm commentating. I'm thinking my mind here. So this is non-AMSR live stream. So despite the soreness, I've been staying in close communication with my doctor, my wife, and my immediate family. We're keeping everything in sync and making sure I'm well looked after. Honestly, it's better to get hospital care while you're still young and in your prime than to wait until you're older and constantly in and out of hospitals. That's a hard truth I'm embracing early. I'm grateful that I can still take care of myself. Praise the Lord for that. But let's be real. Just because I'm standing strong, maybe I should be standing because I shouldn't be sitting on my bum. Oh boy, yeah. So yeah, I'm standing. Switch to standing position. Maybe kneeling. It's an odd posture. Move the chair. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to try something new. So I'm doing a standing posture. I can't be sitting down, and I need to stretch my leg because soreness. All right. Well, okay. So as I was saying, I'm grateful that I can still take care of myself. Praise the Lord for that. But let's be real. Just because I'm standing strong doesn't mean I don't need support. What I don't need is negative press or hate. I'm not rich. Without health insurance, this procedure would cost over $33,000 or 33 grand. And hell, I sure don't make that kind of money working hard for $1,000 a paycheck or 1 grand a paycheck net pay wise. I'm just an ordinary guy living a humble life. That said, I'm loving the peace and quiet right now. Here in this room, in this household, no blaring machines, no chaos, no loud politics, no loud bracketing from people and strangers or homeless people yelling at each other or demanding food and stuff. Just time to breathe, the peace and quiet, the silence here in this room. Time to write, time to dream again. I want to keep telling my stories, to build Anime Town, to promote Anime Town, to promote that visionary imagery of Anime Town, and to follow in the footsteps of legends like Monty Ohm and the visionary anime directors whose work made it to Crunchyroll and beyond. That dream is still alive in me, and that's the memo. General Sunbeam at Sunbeam Titan. Let me make sure this microphone's still working because I want to really get that audio in. I want to get my message across. Right now, I have 328 friends on my friend list, and I appreciate those that still continue to stick by me through these years. I still have 328. I used to have 337, or 345, or 348 friends, or almost 400. And now I used to went down from 330 to 329, now down to 328. And I remember I used that 326 or 327 friends here on my personal Facebook. I was, all right, I might have to mute that one. But anyway, yeah, I currently have 328 friends, and personally, I care less what I keep losing friends. But I check my privacy. I am pretty sure I'm still accepting friend requests, but I will try to check on their profile to do the vetting system to make sure they're not scams and mule accounts. Because there are those that create accounts to act like placeholders or mule accounts, but they don't post anything on the personal profile feed and all that. I've been around since 2012, so I've been around for more than a decade here on Facebook. I used to have a previous Facebook account back in early 2000, but it got deleted, I think. It got hacked or deleted. And then I posted several random images, my original character animation design 14 hours ago, 14 new photos. Yeah, that's a picture of what I look like. I mean, I'm not showing this, I'm not screen sharing this, but I'm screen sharing this on Twitch for sure. So this is the picture of my original art. Special thanks and shout out to ChatGPT and Sora AI by OpenAI for this. It created what I have imagined. So these two characters here is General Sunbeam and Lady Moonbeam wearing their military commanding officer regalia with that little military hat. And like I said, I really see myself in that, and I'm thankful for ChatGPT to help me put my creativity out on paper because I cannot hand draw all this, and I don't have artistic hands. I cannot hand draw all this. I can only use ChatGPT, and I dub it as an official intelligence for the handicapped artists that do have mental dreams, that do have all these strong creativity and imagination in their thoughts. That's trying to get them put all their thoughts on the paper, and ChatGPT made that a reality. I'm thankful for that. So yeah, the picture of me, General Sunbeam, and Lady Moonbeam, they're hugging, and that's them holding a submachine gun, like a 2D, it's like a 2D anime of World War II kind of thing. I don't know. I take a fair amount of pride for my creativity. Yep. So this was shit. This was posted on my original character animation design on my album here on my personal Facebook 14 hours ago. 15 hours ago I posted more 8 new photos of Lady Moonbeam, 2D anime graphics. And this one I did a live stream 16 hours ago, feeling chill. So I was live. And again on Twitch, yeah, on Twitch. So I'm here communicating here on Twitch since I'm live streaming simultaneously here on Facebook and on Twitch. So all the Twitch viewers, I'm just here to show my personal Facebook profile here. So I was live 16 hours ago. Welcome to my late night AMSR plus storytelling chill stream. I just want to be honest, I wasn't really writing stories. I was more like trying to generate a lot of images. Because again, my prime goal was to try to become an animator. So I'm trying to practice animation through the use of ChatGPT and Sora AI, Vdoo AI, and all that. But it costs money, and I can't figure out which one's free to use. That is very, like, at the most, that just feels affordable for unlimited use. But anyway, hello everyone. I'm General Sunbeam, storyteller, creator, and advocate for anime and artistic freedom. Tonight, while recovering post-surgery, I'm keeping the energy light and healing strong with a peaceful AMSR session paired with some live storytelling powered by ChatGPT. As a dedicated writer building the world of Titan Numas. I use AI tools to help shape epic narratives across 8 cosmic regimes, stories you can read on Wattpad, watch unfold on YouTube, and explore through art on DeviantArt. Join me as I dive into new plot lines, share lore, and discuss how AI is changing creative writing forever. Well, I'm not really discussing because again, this is AMSR, but I'm discussing it now. But this stream isn't just about stories, it's about community. I'm proud to support and promote Anime Town, a growing vision for anime-centric cultural spaces that empower creators, cosplayers, and fans. And speaking of fan events, ColossalCon Texas 2025 is around the corner. In the next 2 months, in the next 2 months, don't miss this incredible anime convention experience full of cosplay, gaming, art, and unforgettable memories. ColossalCon Texas, held at Kalahari Round Rock, Texas, across near Dell Diamond Stadium, right between Huddle and Round Rock. It is located there, and it is a convention water park kind of thing. Be sure to use my exclusive promo code SOULTAIR to receive $10 off your weekend membership pass. SOULTAIR, 2 words, 2 syllables. SOLTAIRE. Don't forget to use the promo code SOLTAIR. It's not Solitaire, it's not that card game. Remove the I, it's Solitaire. Connect with me across platforms and become part of the Sunbeam Collective. YouTube at General Sunbeam, DeviantArt, Sunbeam Zero, Twitch, Sunbeam 0072, Wattpad, Sunbeam 007, Blog, Blogspot, General Sunbeam Story Blog. Whether you're here to chill, write, or simply listen and heal, thank you for being here. Let's build worlds and memories together. Hashtag General Sunbeam, hashtag ColossalCon Texas, hashtag ChatGPT Stories, and hashtag AnimeTown. I've been promoting this and been very, very vocally expressive about this. Promoting myself, promoting my identity, promoting myself as a content creator, producer, animator, creative writer in the creative arts in the largest general industries of recreation and entertainment, in the leisure and all that. And this is about to be one day. I was live here, posted one day. This is me being active in commentary. So I'll say this. Hello, for those that care to keep tabs on me or about me, checking up on me, well, I am doing okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate the support and love and respect and sympathy. My wife and my immediate family members are doing okay, working and living their private, peaceful lives away from the racketing as usual. I am recovering at home from the post-surgery and staying updated as usual. I am like an information broker and news anchor reporter, keeping the general public of the internet and social media aware sharply. The surgery feels like a swift time warp or time skip off MMORPGs. I can tell you when I woke up, the surgery was done. It really did felt like 2 seconds, according to what the surgeon attendant said, the nurse and all that. It really does feel like 2 seconds. Felt no pain, like no serious pain nor discomfort. Took my medication, the ibuprofen, and drank non-alcoholic drinks. Like I'm drinking tea. It is not beer in this cup. I pour tea and honey, and it's like 3 days. It's 3 days since Wednesday where I got the surgery on June the 18th. But now this is my day 2 post surgery procedure recovery, and I'm feeling okay, feeling strong. Love the taste of honey, but feeling great. And now I'm just kneeling in this awkward position because I don't want to sit too long on my bottom because that's where my surgery has taken place. And I'm doing. I mean, again, I just feel body pain, like just typical soreness, like as if you caught the cold. You know, your body feels sore and you feel like you need a full body massage. That kind of feeling. It is hard indeed to get out of bed. It's hard to lay down and get on bed and get off bed. It's hard to get off your chair. It's hard to sit down and get off the toilet. It's hard to bathe with the surgery done on your rear. wearing that little pad dressing that feels like as if you have a period, a temporary period. I mean, that's what it feels like to me. I feel like I had that period. I'm not trying to be disgusting or weird, but I'm saying it to really paint the picture of what it's like to wear that little pad dressing on the rear here. Because it's hard to use the restroom. It's hard for me to bathe. It's hard for me to lie down. I sleep on my side. I sleep on my belly, and it feels uncomfortable. And when I try to lie on my back, where I'm definitely sleeping, where it affects the bottom, it feels discomforting. But other than that, nothing serious, nothing major worth going to the hospital because I don't want to keep paying the hospital bill. I don't want to pay 4 grand or 6 grand. No way. I don't make that kind of money. So once again, I felt no pain, no discomfort. Took my medication, ibuprofen, and drank non-alcoholic drinks. Pretty much tea for 3 days. Nothing unusual. I felt normal like regular annual doctor checkup visits. With the blood work, my little wristband, I'm still wearing it. I have this tourniquet here on my elbow, here on my right arm, my right hand. Oh man, I really feel like I need to change that dressing pad. I don't know where to get it. I don't feel like I don't have the car on me, and I don't feel like driving at the moment because I don't want to risk any car accident in case of possible relapse or something serious, unexpected. But again, I still have these three wristbands here that says fall risk. I have the other wristband that tells me my date of birth and age and sex and the MR number and all that, the date of admission. I still am wearing this. I'm planning to go somewhere with my wife tomorrow because I want to have a picture of me wearing these three wristbands. I call it medical con. So yeah. Now again, this is posted yesterday. I'm gonna read this again. I read it. I read this on my previous live stream, but again, just to stay fully updated, keeping everyone posted. For those that checks up on me, that cares about me, that want to keep tabs on me, well, I'm giving my consent to share my update here publicly as a public figure. Official statement from Sunbeam Titan, General Sunbeam. Today, I proudly declare that I have honored my words and followed through with my first ever surgery, successfully completing the excision of a paladondo or palondo sinus cyst, a condition I quietly endured since 2009. This experience wasn't just a medical milestone, it was a spiritual checkpoint in my adult life. It felt like a genuine time skip out of an RPG game. One blink under general anesthesia, and I awakened healed, surreal, fast, necessary. And I thank the heavens above for safely bringing me back home to consciousness and home into the arms of my loving family. I live by two peaceful philosophies. Seeing is believing. To me, this means I don't speak on speculation, I speak through proof. I'm a visual learner and a transparent communicator. If I share something, it's based on evidence, action, or direct experience, not half truths or performance, whether in person or online. I don't support false fabricated claims, poor service, or hollow statements. I believe in showing and explaining what I do. That's what credibility and integrity means to me. And another philosophy I stand by is called where there's a will, there is a way. Where there's a will, there is a way. This means that your determination is your fuel. No matter the obstacle, financial, physical, emotional, if you have the willpower to commit, you will find the methods to succeed. This surgery wasn't easy to afford or decide on, but I made it happen because I committed to taking care of myself and living responsibly. And I encourage others to do the same. Now I speak directly to the internet, to you, Facebook, to all the viewers, audience checking up on me, especially those between the age of 18 to 35. It's time to grow up. No more playing games with your health, your career, or your future. It's time to stop playing games and take jobs seriously. You know, everything costs money. We got inflation. We got Donald Trump's tariffs. Everything's just growing expensive unfairly. There's no time to play games. No time to play Genshin Impact. No time to play Honkai Star Rail. No time to be chatting with your friends here on Facebook Messenger, Instagram chat, or Discord, Skype. No time for to be chatting. It's time to make money. It's time to think productively and proactively. Do house chores, sweep the floor, clean the table, wash dishes, do laundries, all that. Time to grow up. Be the man or woman your future child will one day look up to. Be prepared to carry responsibility. Be prepared to carry responsibility. Be prepared to lead and be ready to become a father or a pillar of your family. Life is not a rehearsal. It's the main act. And I live mine seriously with intention, accountability, and purpose. And that's the memo. And I'll express this one that I said this was said yesterday when I was updating my profile picture at 12:52 a.m. Not going to lie, I look almost like an Asian resemblant of the Texan Governor Greg Abbott in the wheelchair with style. Post-surgery reflection, my sinuses removal journey. Data procedure, June 18, 2025. Hospital, Cedar Park Regional Medical Center. Procedure, excisions of sinuses, extensive. After finishing dinner and sipping on a warm cup of tea, I find myself settling into the evening calmly. I'm going to stand up. Evening calmly, grateful, and surprisingly composed following my first ever surgical operation. Earlier today, I underwent an excision procedure to remove a sinus, a condition I had quietly endured since adolescence, dating back to 2009, freshman year in my high school. It's been over 15 years of discomfort, and today marked the end of that chapter. How do I feel? Honestly, normal. Still feeling normal. Almost as if I have just returned from a routine doctor's checkup. There's a quiet sense of relief that the persistent bump on my lower back and the one that often dictated my posture and comfort is finally gone. Growing older isn't glamorous. Sometimes it feels like your body ages faster than your spirit. I often miss the innocence and resilience of youth, being in my prime. But even as the physical body changes, I learn to face uncontrollable health issues with resilience and grace. One of the most surreal moments was being placed under general anesthesia. It felt like blinking in real time. One moment, I'm wheeled into the operation room, and in what felt like an instant, I was waking up, surgery complete. It was my first time experiencing something like that in a strange way. It felt like being checked into a medical con. Nope, sorry, I forgot to quote this. Medical con. A fictional healthcare themed convention complete with wristbands, like this on my right arm, wristbands, brief silent halls, and the sterile hotel room vibe. The recovery room, quiet, peaceful, no crowds, no politics, no noise, just a space for reflection, watching crime shows like Forensic Files that used to be on Court TV on Channel 57, I believe, back in the early 2000s. Forensic Files on Court TV, and it's now changed to True TV. Flipping through TV channels while waiting for the anesthesia to fully wear off. As humorous as it sounds, the large bandage dressing felt like I was sporting my first pair of man diapers. Man diapers. But I wore it with pride because this wasn't just a bandage. It was a symbol of finally taking care of a problem I put off for far too long. Finally, it's a hurdle. My total bill came out to nearly $33,000 or 33 grand. That is without insurance. But thankfully, with insurance, I'm responsible for just under $2,000, split into a manageable monthly payment plan. Still, it's a heavy load for someone like me who isn't raking in six figures. But I'm not one to complain, I'm one to adapt. This experience made me appreciate the difference between necessities and wants. Medical care isn't optional, it's essential, and now more than ever, I understand why insurance, W4 job benefits, and financial planning matter. While others may chase entertainment and instant gratification, I always lean toward creative independence and productivity, whether it's through animation, modeling, cosplay, content creation, and storytelling. Not because it's glamorous, but because it gives me purpose, dignity, and a path forward. This operation isn't just a medical moment, it's a milestone, a reset, a reminder that even through pain and cost, self care is power, and every scar tells a story, one I'm proud to share. And that's the memo. And I will express this one. This is a temporary profile picture that I uploaded on June 18 at 11:04 a.m. So I was rocking the AI image generator on ChatGPT. There's a snapshot of me and my wife, styled in 2D anime format. Life is stable for now, still working and doing what we can to make ends meet while living with immediate family members at home. Amidst, amidst everything, I continue my pursuit of a long-term career in creative writing and animation, my two greatest aspirations, to precisely on the bullseye. If you happen to know any leads, opportunities, employers, websites, or application portals related to these fields, your guidance would be genuinely appreciated. By nature, I'm a quiet, serious-minded Asian individual with a tough shell, antisocial, sharp-edged, and often defensive in demeanor. Ironically, I find it easier to communicate with acquaintances or strangers than with friends or close peers. When people let the guard down and bring up politics or personal matters, especially their ego and personal interests or preferences, I tend to emotionally disconnect. I will tell you that. I have a limited range of interests, but thanks to ChatGPT and other AI writing tools, I've been able to express myself more clearly, almost like writing at a pre-K level so others can truly understand me, reading me like a book at pre-K level. For those who are just getting to know me, I don't watch TV much and I'm not an avid gamer. I do, however, have a serious appetite for food and drink. I still eat like a pig. I still feel like I will get fat eating at a all-you-can-eat buffet. So that's a big fact or a big factor about me that I can prove with ease. And currently weigh around 200 pounds, nearly 200 pounds. I stay alert to what's happening in or around my environment. My wife often immerses herself in Genshin Impact, for example, and other Horrorverse games, while I tend to focus more on productivity and income, making money, being a responsible adult. Though I stream and create content occasionally, I admit I am not the most exciting live streamer or a content producer. I'm not very fun. I am not this kind of person that plays games and all that. I am not a daredevil. I'm a boring blogger that's just trying to be myself. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I used to be active in anime and cosplay conventions, but I've since scaled back on attending to conserve finances. And that's all to it for that one. This was June 18th, 2:06 a.m. Late night in the morning, and this was during I shared this video a long time ago, and I made this video reel back at Ushicon during this was February 9th, 2020. Recording the last day at Ushicon in the lobby area. Since I previously mentioned that this was Ushicon, it was during a time before COVID-19 was under strict state lockdown. Prior to the issuance of the stay-at-home order, I did not take this event seriously and spent most of my time in the hotel with my longtime senior friend, Old School, playing Old School Monopoly on PlayStation 4, before PlayStation 5. This was before meeting my girlfriend at the time and ultimately ending the long-distance relationship. However, if Ushicon were to take place again, I would make an exception to attend as of the current time period as of now. I would be accompanied by my wife this time. If Ushicon 2026 comes around, I'll make an effort to go there. And then this one was June 18th at 2:05 a.m. Revisiting this topic, if I had access to ChatGPT back then, and the opportunity to travel back in time to witness my parents' business ownership, I would choose to bring my wife. This experience serves as tangible evidence of my foundational work experience, having progressed from a server to cook, dishwasher, table busser, and assistant manager at my family's restaurant of Mongolian Grill, Mongol Fire Grill, back in the early and mid 2000s between George W. Bush and President Obama presidency around that time. Fortunately, my parents, as business owners, granted me a generous 2-hour break. I'm very thankful for that. Grateful. However, having ChatGPT at that time would have been invaluable as it would have taught me how to effectively utilize the point of sale systems or the POS systems and promote the business on social media. In retrospective, I would have felt more confident in my leadership abilities if I had this current mindset going back in time to throw my young self away, to be more grateful that my parents had this restaurant for the longest time and I wouldn't have been having to work at Amazon. I would have been more grateful here, feeling more at home working at my family's business than to working at Amazon, where the management is asshole strict, all about productivity, all about rates, go, go, go. But here at restaurants, the pacing is temporary. Like there's such thing as a lunch rush, but it slows down around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Like I can really feel the peak there. But if I would have ChatGPT and if I was married and I would have able to bring my wife going back in time, back for my wife to finally see what it's like to have to see my parents own a restaurant, I would have been very grateful to continue working and trying to have ChatGPT teach me and train me how to be a better business owner. If I had ChatGPT at that time, but it is what it is. But I would have felt more confident in my leadership abilities prior to discovering new conventions or pop-up events. I was, well, prior to discovering new conventions or pop-up events back in time before 2024 or 2025. I mean, I'm saying that to clarify that there weren't a lot of conventions that I known, and there weren't a lot of 18 plus conventions at that time. I was not well known too. Nevertheless, I now prefer to maintain a lower profile. It is an honorable mention, and I am grateful to have documented this recording of my parents' restaurant business. My family owned three Mongolian stir-fry wok establishments for over a decade, with location in downtown Austin on San Jacinto Boulevard, northwest Austin on Research Boulevard, and Ramrock on La Frontera. As the eldest son I enjoyed access to free food, which I did not take for granted. I repaid my family by working for them, despite it not being my personal interest. I mean, I'm not really interested in working in a restaurant. I don't want being a server, but it's something to start off my work history and have something to put on my resume, I'll say. But I am showing this as a concrete proof because people do exaggerate on their resume, and I am one of those people that would exaggerate on my resume because I will be that desperate to try to work for an anime job, and I will say I have worked at this anime job and that anime job, and they will have no way to find out if it's true because I could have say it was a long time ago and the business closed down. Just like my family's restaurant, it became history. So my family did used to own three restaurants, three Mongolian stir-fry restaurants. So I appreciate having access to free food as an eldest son, working for my family business at the time. And I repaid my family by working for them, despite it not being my personal interest. As a family-owned business, we faced personal drama and dilemmas between my parents that affected the business. I want to say because it's a mom and pop business, it feels like Kitchen Nightmare with Gordon Ramsay. I'll just say that much. I must admit that I missed that era when my family owned the business. I cherish the memories of that period in the early 2000s during George W. Bush presidency. I remember that when I was growing up. I remember being having to see the news of 9/11 happening when I was growing up. I was in elementary school, Timmerman Elementary School in Pflugerville downtown, when everything was like underdeveloped. When people grew up to like the Dreamcast, the Atari, the classic PlayStation, when you're playing Nintendo 64, James Bond, something like that, Zelda, when you're playing CD-ROM games like Warcraft, Starcraft, Age of Empire, if you remember all that, back when it's like Microsoft 2000 with the big flat computer monitors and all that. That's way before the discovery of laptops, like mobile laptops. So yeah, this was a reel posted on November 27th, and it says here, I am going to miss my family's Mongolian food. 8 years of being a server before working at Main Event Entertainment was been difficult for me, but now it feels like it's the other way around. Yeah, I really do miss my family's restaurant. Oh, oh yeah. So I posted this on June 18 at 1:52 a.m. middle of the night. Married for a year and a quarter. My wife and I currently reside with my parents in a tranquil and secure neighborhood. I find this arrangement satisfactory. My parents embody a traditional Asian upbringing characterized by strictness, sternness, and candor. They are disciplined and protective. I have emphasized my independence and autonomy as a grown adult, making my own decisions. While I occasionally disagree with my parents, I also experience disagreements with friends, both past and present, as well as with workplace policies and politics. And this one, I will say this on June 18 at 1:51 a.m. for all the Twitch viewers and audience tuning in. Again, I'm saying this. I know I'm live streaming on Facebook, but I'm saying all this all together. Especially that Twitch is now seeing this. I'm screen sharing this on Twitch and sharing my personal Facebook profile here. June 18, 1:51 a.m. Personal health update. Scheduled surgical procedure. Again, this was June 18th. I would like to respectfully inform everyone that I am undergoing a surgical operation today, which is now a few days ago, before noon to address and remove a periodontal cyst that has caused me prolonged discomfort and recurring discharge. After months of consideration and consultation, my attending physical medical physician has confirmed that the procedure is necessary for long-term resolution and healing. As part of standard surgical protocol, I have been instructed to not consume any food, beverages, or alcohol prior to the procedure. Due to the use of general anesthesia, I am required to be accompanied and discharged by a serious, responsible adult, preferably a parent or close guardian. Well, I choose my parents, who will ensure safe transportation home and post-operative care following the surgery. I've moderated and shared this update across my social media here on Facebook and maybe to YouTube and DeviantArt to transparently inform my community, supporters, and colleagues of my current health status. This marks the next step toward resolving an issue that has impacted my daily life and personal comfort. Yes, even down to my white underwear, which will hopefully remain stain free from here forward. The total cost of this outpatient medical procedure is approximately $2,000, 2 grand, with health insurance, which I am prepared to cover in full as part of my commitment to restoring my health and quality of life. Following the operation, I will be on a week-long medical leave of absence, which I've lightheartedly titled my medical vacation in order to rest, heal, and recover with care. I appreciate your understanding and well wishes during this time. I will return soon with renewed energy and health. General Sunbeam. And this is a temporary profile picture on June 17th. This is one day before my surgery procedure on June 18th at 11:08 a.m. I will say this. Every day I push forward with purpose and autonomy. Every single day I find meaning in what I create through artificial intelligence, from vivid image generation to immersive video, dynamic music composition, and compelling literature and storytelling. These tools have become extensions of my creativity, not replacements. They help me showcase who I am, how I think, and what people can expect from me, not just as a creator, but as a person. Truth is, every day feels long, grueling. I come home drained, strained, and carrying the weight of a system I've had long to endure far too long. Beaten, battered, and broken, but yet still standing. What I've accomplished, all of it, was of my own free will. I discovered ChatGPT and other AI tools myself. That's the same with me learning Cantonese, traditional Chinese. No one advised or instructed me. No mentor, no upper hand. Just me, myself. Self discovery. That means I define autonomy. I'm someone who figures things out independently. If there is a solution, I will find it, often after hours of intense critical thinking and research. That's who I am, self driven, inquisitive, and determined. Eventually, truths come to light, and whatever targets me, be it misjudgment, bias, or veiled hostility, it leaks. It reveals itself, and I catch on. And when I do, I document it. I observe, I act, I respond. I don't hide behind a screen, slinging negativity or disturbing messages. I operate with accountability, much like someone trained in law enforcement. Sharp awareness, attention to surroundings, and a strong sense of legal responsibility. I speak up when needed, I act when necessary, always within my rights. This image, this representation is more than a picture, it's the vision of myself. I strive to become a leader, writing a leader rising above corruption, division, and hostility. I aim to lead not by loud declarations but by quiet resilience. Under pressure, I remain composed, introverted, thoughtful. For years, I wanted to climb to a place where I can lead, influence, and create positive change. As a manager, a visionary, a creative director. But the time is coming where I will resign or return early from where I work now, not because I failed, but because I'm ready to finally chase the dream I was born to pursue. I only pray I don't become another starving artist forgotten in the margins. I've always hated the unfairness, the bias, the favoritism, the selective acceptance of only certain voice. That's why I speak. That's why I fight. That's why I create. Because eventually I rise. And let me also share this. I'll express this on June 17 at 11:07 a.m. What's it like walking on foot all day, working at a warehouse like Amazon? Well, let me tell you, if I had the income, I'd be getting a foot reflexology massage every single week. After clocking in nearly 10 to 12 hours shift on concrete floors, my feet feel like they've been through a battlefield. The aching, the soreness, the fatigue, it builds up and wears you down fast. It's not just physical, it's the mental weight too. What really grinds my gear is seeing certain managers or process assistants spending most of their time behind a computer while the rest of us are out there doing the heavy lifting, the real grunt work. It's unbalanced and it shows. I've had days where I nearly passed out in the car right after a shift. No wonder I'm constantly craving caffeine, whether it's coffee or energy drinks, just to keep going. This job, honestly, it ain't my cup of tea. It's draining, and unless something changes, it's hard to see this as a sustainable for the long run. And that's the memo. Okay, time to sit back down. Oh, oh, boy. Oh. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I just had to feel like washing my face, keep my hands hygienically clean, put some water on my hair, trying to look a little bit professional. So I'm back, Twitch and Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the audience, and I'm checking to see if there's any response or any replies, any comments on Facebook and Twitch. Nope, no comments. There's only a typical one viewer. I'm just watching my own Twitch. So I've been live streaming for almost an hour. Oh, it's already 5:26 p.m. My wife and my dad will be coming back home, taking Key and Nero back home from work. So I'll say this here. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just checking on Facebook again. Sorry, I'm sharing all this on Twitch. My wife's doing okay. So I'll just say here, Story Saturday Spotlight. Original fiction feature. Welcome to Stories Saturday, where we highlight powerful original content crafted with heart, soul, and imagination. Today's spotlight proudly features a dynamic creation by yours truly, General Sunbeam 007. Now showcasing the original novel, Supremacy, Clash Between Heroes and Villains. Read the full story on Wattpad. Link. A statement of creative integrity. This post is being shared as a declaration of authorship and transparency. We proudly stand against plagiarism, content theft, and unauthorized redistribution. Every character, every conflict, every twist woven into Supremacy comes from my original work, or my original world building and creative labor. Copyright notice 2025, General Sunbeam 007, all rights reserved. This is a work of fiction protected under creative rights. Do not reproduce, repost, or redistribute without explicit permission. Support the creator, read it directly on Wattpad. Sorry. Okay. Support the creator and read it directly on Wattpad. This message isn't just about me or Solitaire Cosplay. It's a tribute to every independent storyteller, unseen animator, unsung world builder, and underestimated dreamer. If you're pouring your heart into the art that few see but many will one day feel, this is for you. Keep writing, keep dreaming, keep creating. Let's honor originality, let's champion voices building tomorrow's story today. And I'm going to share this. I will express this. Public awareness statement. Solitaire cosplay on online scams and convention integrity. To our valued Facebook followers, meta users, and online supporters, thank you for your continued engagement with Solitaire cosplay. We appreciate your interest in our creative journey and community presence. This message is to reaffirm our values and raise critical awareness about the ongoing rise in online scams, false advertising, and deceptive business behavior. From misleading Facebook and marketplace ads to illegitimate DeviantArt webcomic promotions, from suspicious commission requests laced with fake flattery to dangerous catfish and 419 print scams, and most disturbingly, extortion and extortion blackmail attempts. These schemes are harmful, unethical, and predatory. We urge everyone to stay vigilant. Always verify sources, ask for proof, and never fall for offers that sound too good to be true. Solitaire Cosplay strongly denounces all forms of fraud, dishonesty, and manipulative behavior, online and offline, hence social engineering. On convention attendance in drama-free spaces. We also want to emphasize this firmly. We attend conventions based on our own experiences, insight, and how we, myself, Sunbeam Titan, and my wife, Asunani 45, are personally treated, not based on secondhand drama or the experiences of others. We do not go by their perspective, their political views, their bad experience. We don't go by their reviews. We see it for ourselves. We go there for our own experiences and to share our own reviews and experiences based on how we are treated by the convention. It's me, my wife, and the convention. We don't do it. We don't go because we don't go by opinions of other people who have bad experiences. So again, we attend conventions based on our own experiences, insight, and how we, Sunbeam Titan and Asuna Ni 45, are personally treated, not based on second-hand drama or the experiences of others. While we recognize that certain events may have reputational concerns or political controversy surrounding them, we will not let fear, hearsay, or community outrage dictate our presence. If an event does not directly involve us in wrongdoing or misconduct, we will not allow speculation to override our personal judgment. The choice to attend or support a convention should be grounded in first-hand experience and personal connection, not public pressure or performative outrage. So again, we go to conventions for our own first-hand experience, and we do not go to convention just because of other people's bad experience or secondhand drama or any other public controversy surrounding it. We go see it for ourselves to see if it's true that the convention treat us like trash or treat us like dirt or being rude or in a way. Then we add it to that problem and we can say we agree with what the other people say. That they do have controversy and they did mistreat us. We want to make sure we have solid proof and like some proof of pictures, photography, and camera recording that incriminate these people or the convention or the staff behind the convention that are doing all these misconduct. So that you should give us that credit for being courageous to standing up for these toxic conventions. But anyway, I am digressing again. Let me finish this. So while we recognize that certain events may have reputational concerns or political controversy surrounding them, we will not let fear, hearsay, or community outrage dictate our presence. If an event does not directly involve us in wrongdoing or misconduct, we will not allow speculation to override our personal judgments. The choice to attend or support a convention should be grounded in first-hand experience and personal connection, not public pressure or performative outrage. For the record, Solitaire Cosplay rarely attends conventions not due to any drama or toxic or toxicity, but due to financial constraints and tight budgeting. Who we are. Solitaire Cosplay is committed to documenting heartfelt, uplifting, and genuine moments within anime and pop culture conventions, in the J-pop industry, in the leisure, recreation, entertainment zone. We are not here for clout conflict. Well, I wouldn't say totally for clout conflict or popularity contest. We are simply here to celebrate creativity, building friendship, and positive vibes. Our cosplay presence stands as a mobile safe space or facility. We can call it the plot armor. We are the plot armor. We are a safe space plot armor, open to those who value serenity, safety, and community. We welcome all who wish to enjoy fandom culture with integrity and respect. To those who continue to support, interact, and uplift us, thank you. You are the reason we keep showing up despite the noise. Solitaire Cosplay. Real people, real stories, zero tolerance for scams or nonsense. Now, I want to say that I'm pretty sure I'm really much doing a good job and not really hiding this. But let me, before I get to that point, but again, viewer discretion is advised. I am a PG-13, 18 plus kind of person. And again, I'm sharing this. On my personal Facebook. I'm here to promote Solitaire Cosplay on Facebook. So again, here, June 6th at 10 a.m. Get ready, Texas! Colossal Texas 2025 is making its legendary return, and you're invited to the most electrifying anime beach party of the year. Well, it's a water park party. Colossal Texas 2025. Dates August 15th through 17th, 2025. Location Kalahari Resorts and Conventions, Round Rock, Texas, United States of America. Official website, well, I posted a link, so, and this is on Solitaire Cosplay on my Facebook page. So again, official website, I have the link. Book your stay, I also have the link. Kalahari Resort Rooms. What to expect. Step into a vibrant oasis where cosplay meets splash zones. Whether you're a die-hard anime fan, a gaming enthusiast, or a first-time con-goer, this 3-day event offers the perfect blend of epic gaming rooms, voice actor panels, cosplay contests and meetups, indoor water park madness, dance parties like the rave on the wave, vendors, artists, and more. It's typical anime convention 101. Exclusive savings alert. Be sure to use the promo code SOLTAIRE. As I said earlier, Solitaire, 2 words, 2 syllables. It is not solitaire, it's Solitaire. Remove the I. So promo code Solitaire at checkout to save 10% or $10 on your admission. Secure your ticket before they sell out. Get admission pass. Of course, I have the link there on my Solitaire cosplay fan page on Facebook. Join the movement. Make memories. Cosplay in the sun. Grab your swimsuit, your best cosplay, and your crew because Colossal Texas 2025 is going to be unforgettable. Or at least for those that sees it unforgettable. Promo partner Solitaire Cosplay. Follow for event updates and content. All right. Oh my bad. So I'm gonna read this. Okay. So I have been passionate about writing general fan fiction stories since my school years. Using my free time to craft imaginative tales, my journey began at Live Oak Elementary, continued to Deer Park Middle School, and flourished at McNeil High School, where I graduated in 2012 at the age of 18. Writing has been a constant throughout my life, but it was during high school that creative writing became a true passion. Well, this was at the time. After graduation, I regrettably set aside this goal for a time. However, in 2025, I am reigniting my dedication to storytelling and creative expression with the help and special thanks and shout out to ChatGPT and all these AI platforms coming coming into the play. My ultimate dream is to become an animation producer or animator, transforming my original stories into compelling animated works of art. To achieve this, I plan to combine several creative disciplines, starting with writing, moving into 2D animation, and progressing to art in motion video creation. I aim to incorporate voice acting or lip syncing, followed by the addition of background music and sound effects. My vision is to create a fully realized Japanese style animation blending all these elements into a seamless and captivating experience. This goal is not just about realizing a dream, it's about bringing my story to life in the most dynamic and impactful way possible. Just like all these various anime producers on Crunchyroll, Sentai Films Work, A1 Pictures or A1 Productions, Studio Ghibli, and various real life movie directors behind a lot of movies on the big screen TV at movie theaters. I cannot express this clear enough, but that's where I strongly stand at. As an independent creative artist and cosplayer, I seek to celebrate body positivity, vulnerability, and empowerment through intimate photography. This Baldier session represents a milestone of self-acceptance and creative expression where I hope to bridge my artistic persona with personal growth. I believe in honoring individuality, confidence, and storytelling through visual art, and Baldier is a deeply authentic way to channel that vision. I'm also building my portfolio for solitaire cosplay and would love to include powerful artistic portraits that reflect strength, softness, and vulnerability. Oh, sorry, skin peeling off. Ugh. Now I want to say this, and part of this I will share this live stream statement addressing boundaries, consent, and online respect. To everyone, Twitch and Facebook, before we continue with our visual content, I need to take a serious moment to address something incredibly important, not just for myself, but for everyone watching. In the past, I've encountered some extremely uncomfortable and inappropriate behavior, particularly from a person named Saad Afridi. Saad Afridi, Saadafridi, which I assume he blocked me off of Facebook and probably have deleted his profile account. I have shared this before on my Facebook profile, but this person, particularly from a person named Saad Afridi, who reached out to me unsolicited and crossed boundaries that should never be crossed, especially with someone who is married in a committed relationship and publicly active online. Let me be absolutely clear, consent matters, boundaries matter, respect matters. Saad Afridi sending repeated messages asking for pictures, especially private or personal ones, and not taking no for an answer is not okay. So Saad Afridi, he repeatedly jumped straight to the point asking me for feet pictures, bare feet pictures. His demeanor is all about being bossy and demanding, and I don't appreciate it. I wasn't in the mood. I reciprocated some, but he lied and asked me for more feet pictures. I remember he is only asking for just one of the soles of the bottom of the feet, my feet. And then he started asking for more, and he started asking me to produce videos like this, showing a bunch of links off another foot modeling AMSR uh, clip scenes on YouTube, and he wants me to mimic that person. And then he wants me to change my profile picture name to something else. So all that really makes me feel uncomfortable. So I just don't want to pretend to say okay, okay, and he says I'm waiting. So Saad Afridi, Saad Afridi or Afridi was demanding foot pictures, feet pictures from me, and I reciprocated some, but he keep pushing in and keep demanding more, and he didn't even reciprocate it himself. He didn't return the favor. So I constitute that as harassment, sexual harassment, or demanding and being bossy. Especially I don't get paid for all that. He's not paying me for all that. So it's stupid. So he's sending repeated messages asking for pictures, feed pictures, especially private or personal ones, and not taking no for an answer is not okay. That's harassment, not affection. That's stalking, not flirting. I live transparently and I speak openly. Why? Because this is a public space, and if anything ever happens to me, I want my immediate family, friends, and community to have a clear, documented understanding of what was going on. This isn't just self-protection, this is a stand for safety. Cyber online safety. Excuse me. If you're watching this and you ever sent someone repeated DMs asking for feet pictures or breathy videos or anything sexual without clear consent, you are part of the problem. It doesn't matter if you said I'm sorry after the fifth message. Respect should happen before the boundary is crossed. I'm gonna repeat that again. If you're watching this, if you're hearing me loud and clear from start to finish of this live stream, both Facebook and Twitch and maybe YouTube, if you're watching this and you ever sent someone repeated DMs or PMs asking for feet pictures or breathy videos or anything sexual without clear consent, you are part of the problem. It doesn't matter if you said I'm sorry after the fifth message. Respect should happen before the boundary is crossed. Zero tolerance. I am calling out Saad Afridi and many other these trolls and haters because people like him need to be named and shamed until they learn. And for anyone else watching who thinks this behavior is acceptable, it's not. So Saad Afridi, Naki, Nikki, whatever you are on YouTube or other social media, and to all the creeps and hostilities and potential stalkers, I'm aware of your shenanigans and I'm aware of your evil deeds. Whoever you are, whatever you're at, I'm aware and I'm very sharp and well vigilant of all these zero tolerant behaviors. Sexual harassment will not be tolerated. Committing cyber theft or any cyber crimes and cyberbullying is unacceptable and zero tolerance to all that. I will report and document to law enforcement and on ChatGPT and various other hard drives to document this down the legacy to make sure that these crimes are stopped and prevented from the roots and make sure anyone participated in all these bad acts are arrested and jailed and shamed and called out reasonably. There is no place for criminals and no place for hate and hostility. And for anyone else watching who thinks this behavior is acceptable, it's not. Free speech doesn't mean you can talk bad about people, put them down, or be threatening, menacing, and hostile. No, free speech is more like you speak out, you stand up for yourself, but you speak out saying, I don't feel comfortable. I don't like all this. I want to see change. And that's what I'm doing. Let this be a warning and a lesson. If you can't respect others online, you don't deserve to engage with them at all. Not as a follower, not as a fan, not as a friend. And to my married and partnered friends, to creators and cosplayers, writers, and streamers, stand up for your boundaries, block, report, expose. This space will remain one of safety, respect, and mutual admiration, not stalking and shame. Thank you. And again, here's another live stream statement. I will express this. Setting boundaries and calling out creeps. Alright, let me be clear. This message is for Saad Afridi and anyone else who thinks it's okay to cross lines, push push boundaries, and act entitled to someone's body, time, or attention. What you did, Saad, was not okay. You came into my inbox with fake politeness and within minutes made it all about your fetish. Your fetish. You bombarded me with feet pictures or feet picture requests, made demanding requests, and ignored my boundaries when I was trying to be civil. That's not friendship. That's creepy. That's obsessive and that's harassment. Let me educate you and anyone else watching who thinks this behavior is acceptable. Consent is not a gray area. If someone doesn't offer it enthusiastically, you don't have it. Being online doesn't mean I'm available to you. Just because I share stories, art, or images doesn't give you the right to overstep. I'm a human being, not your fantasy object. And if I'm in a committed relationship or marriage, that makes it even more unacceptable. You don't just disrespect me, you're disrespecting my spouse and my household. Some of y'all need to learn what loyalty and obligation means. If you're out here fetishizing people and pushing them to fulfill your desires without respect for who they are, that's not intimacy. That's emotional violation. This is your public warning. Stop testing people's patience. Stop using the internet to sneak your way into people's personal spaces like some kind of stalker. Respect people's boundaries, their time, and their personal lives. And Saad, this is for you. Stay out of my inbox. You were told to stop, you didn't listen, so now everyone gets to know exactly why you're being exposed. So again, Saad, stay out of my inbox. Stay out of my stay out of my Facebook Messenger. Stay out of my email. You were told to stop, you didn't listen, so now I'm calling you out, exposing you, and letting everyone know here on both Twitch and Facebook live stream publicly that you're being exposed. And the same with all hostile creepers, jeepers, and stalkers, and pranksters, and trolls, and haters alike. I lead with honesty and transparency because that's what real communication looks like. I speak up now so others don't get trapped by the same tactics. To my audience, protect yourselves. Speak up and never feel guilty for calling out wrong behavior. And to the creeps watching, this isn't your playground. This is our safe space. And we're not afraid to defend it. And I say this to all internet vigilantes, like all these YouTube documentarians, like Webby Webster, Tux, Dire Trip, Coffee House Crime, Osmongold, and many other YouTube documentarians to continue calling out bad actors and bad behaviors like Johnny Somali, Neon, Jack Doherty, uh, and various other TikTok pranksters and clout chasers. So again, subject Saad Afridi concerning online behavior and messaging activity. Name on profile Saad Afridi, location Winnipeg, Manitoba, school listed J.H. Bruns Collegiate. Friend count he has 51 friends. Interaction start date May 4th. Platform Facebook and Messenger. Summary events initial contact Saad Afridi. Saad Afridi sent an unsolicited friend request. The user Sunbeam Titan accepted and began a cautious conversation. Saad claimed he randomly added Sunbeam Titan as a friend. Nature of the interaction. Very quickly, the conversation shifted to personal and fetishistic content. Excuse me. Specifically, a focus on feet pictures and videos. Saad sent multiple photos of his bare feet, including dirty soles, and even requested reciprocation. The behavior became repetitive and demanding, including requests for feet pics, feet pictures from different angles, feet videos mimicking a YouTube clip, bare legs, explicitly asking for no pants. Role-play interactions such as placing feet on its face or tickling. Okay, well that's the nature of the interaction between me and Saad Afridi here at the time. Psychological and behavior notes. Saad became increasingly persistent with his messages, sent multiple back-to-back texts asking why the user wasn't replying, demonstrated obsessive and potentially manipulative behavior by trying to guilt the user for not responding, such as "What did I do? Why are you exposing me?" etc. Red flags and concerns. Unsolicited fetish conversation after a random friend ad. Repeated boundary pushing after being told to stop. Guilt tripping and persistence even when boundaries were clearly set. Potential violation of Facebook's term of service, such as harassment, unsolicited sexual content. Refusal to stop or disengage when warned. So my response, I clearly communicated boundaries and initially participated with caution. When the line was crossed repeatedly, I expressed that I was not comfortable. I emphasized that Sa had no right to demand more. I warned him that continued behavior could lead to blocking and reporting. And despite what I was told, is to block the individual immediately, report that person, report the profile to Facebook under harassment and unsolicited sexual content, document all the message, which I have done. If any images were shared you're uncomfortable with, consider contacting Facebook Trust and Safety for potential content removal. Do not engage further. The pattern suggests manipulative behavior. So now let me be clear. I let's see. All right. So again, talking about Sada Afridi and his fetishist comments regarding my bare feet photos and videos. As I said this, I am a foot-centric person. I do have foot fetish. I'm not gonna lie. I'm usually a consentful person and a transparent person, so you have to give me that. I understand that the saying goes that cosplay is not consent, and that you must ask for consent and ask for approval before laying a hand on somebody. Or otherwise, keep your hands and feet to yourself. So with that being said, content disclaimer, or especially for here, again, viewer discretion is advised. This video or any of my future content, whether live stream, will contain or at some point contain foot focused content that may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. ASMR moment. I'm a barefoot expressive, sensory grounding kind of person. I don't like wearing shoes. I like to touch grass with my bare feet. I love kicking my shoes off. I want to relax. I want to feel home. I'm tired of being in a hustling, bustling, wearing closed-toed shoes, shirt, and pants. I'm not that kind of person. I don't really like to see myself wearing armor and military dress uniforms. I don't like that. I am an AM I am an ASMR moment kind of person. Barefoot expressive, sensory purpose, grounding purpose. So in these encrypted ASMR style, I usually share a personal and authentic moment of foot expression, featuring close-ups of my bare soles and toes as a form of sensory grounding and body positivity. As a dedicated foot modeling enthusiast, I've always embraced going barefoot as both a lifestyle and an art form. As a dedicated foot modeling enthusiast, I always embrace going barefoot as both a lifestyle and an art form. Whether I'm out in nature or simply enjoying a quiet moment indoors, being barefoot helps me reconnect with the earth, calm my senses, calm my nerves, and feel unapologetically me, myself. I really see myself as the kind of person. I don't like wearing shoes or socks. I've always had a high sensory awareness when it comes to bare feet, and yes, I identify as someone with a genuine foot appreciation and interest. So again, I do have serious, heavily sensory, high sensory overload foot fetish. I just want to get that off my chest and really want to express this out. I know there are a lot of people out there that might agree with me and share that same interest. Choose to whether they want to come forward and say that they agree with me, that they too have foot fetish or have a genuine foot appreciation and interest. I'm also a fan of going barefoot in public, natural spaces where it is not frowned upon, wearing open-toed footwear like flip-flops, beach sandals, and bell-bottom elephant trunk jeans, exploring grounded, barefoot-friendly environments. If you got ideas or location where barefoot lifestyle is embraced, especially in gritty or natural areas, drop your suggestions. I'm open-minded and always looking for inspiration regarding going barefoot in public where barefooting is acceptable. I am a foot-centric, foot-focused, and a foot fetish kind of person. I don't like wearing shoes. And again, viewers' discretion is highly advised. Thank you for supporting creative freedom, body acceptance, and open dialogue. General Sunbeam, Sunbeam Zero, Soldier Cosplay, Sunbeam, Titan. I express through art, body, and energy, not trends. So I just finally want to get that out of the way and express that. And on Facebook, and of course I'm on Guy Online. So I also used to be on Gaia Online back in my days. Gaia Online, it's a social anime style website, its own community. I've been on Gaia Online, so I'm sharing this on Twitch. Oh, and then there's Sora. Let's see. Okay. Delete all that. All right. So yeah, I used to have Gaia Online. So on Facebook, I want to share my experience back during my wife's birthday, April 28th, and on Saturday, April 26th, one day before my longtime friend and my wife's closest friend. He goes by Marvis Mackay. So I will try my best to try to say this politely. Like I said, I will give shout outs and call out people's names in a constructive criticism manner. So Marvis Mackay, his real name is Mackay Gori. Me and my wife used to be roommate with him back in 2024, back living in an apartment. And I do have my fair disagreement with every friend, to be fair. So I have my fair disagreement with him. I don't really find all his jokes appealing, in my opinion. I find some of it questionable and maybe a bit too much, I will say. And I wish he should better understand how I feel because I'm autistic. I don't really find a lot of things he say as a joking manner or figurative rhetorical figure of speech. I will have a hard time handling on how or choices like his choices of words. I will have trouble handling what he said. Mackay Gori, Mars Mackay. I do have a lot of pictures of him on Solitaire Cosplay and pictures on my Facebook profile. And I want to be clear that he's been out in public, so people will document him, take a picture of him, and his face, his identity is all over social media, just like me and my wife and other friends that me and my wife hang out with. So there's no way to hide. If you care about your maximum privacy, then you should probably just shut down your own Facebook or shut down your own social media account. But I have my fair disagreement with Mars Mackay. I don't like his joke regarding his. I don't like one of his jokes or his comments, his rhetorical comments regarding horror movies. And I have said this many times. I've said it to my first longtime friend in Taylor by the name Crazy Chris 74 or Crazy 74. He's my longtime friend. I was longtime friend back in 2014 at the first time going to Uchicon, and I told my friend Chris, Crazy Chris or Crazy 74, that I'm not a big fan of horror movies. He has said this numerous times that he's a friend that will understand. He will say, "Okay, I understand." So therefore, I choose not to be friends with Maris Mackay or Mackay Gori because I don't like his rhetorical comments. I find how he word things or how he express things off-putting and it's hard to comprehend. When I expect an easy, okay, I understand. I understand you don't like horror movies. I am not going to talk about horror movies. I am not going to bring it up. That's my expectation. That's my expectation to all of you viewers and audience, to my longtime friends, to my previous friends, to even to my still longtime friends that knew me well that I don't like horror movies or graphic, unsettling, blood and gore content. I've even expressed this to my medical surgeons and doctors when I ever step foot into the doctor office or a hospital ward. I don't like graphic content. I don't like blood and gore. I don't like seeing traumatic, unsettling experience. I don't want to see all that. I'm not a big fan of horror. I don't want to see real hyper realistic, disturbing content. I don't want to see the human centipede. I don't want to see Jigsaw or Saw or the Cannibal Holocaust. I don't want to see all that. Anything that's considered banned movies, well, I agree with Facebook terms of service and YouTube. They don't agree with all that. And if you're those kind of people that loves horror content, there are other fish in the seas. There are other friends that love horror movies. Make friends with those and just throw me away, throw me in the trash can. Remove me, remove me from your personal friend space. Do not include me in your circle. I am not. I should be sorted out and alienated because I consent. If you like horror movies, find those friends that share that sentimental interest that aligns with your interests. If you love horror movies, there are other friends that love horror movies. Do not include me. Do not include my wife if my wife really expressed that she doesn't like horror movies. If my wife doesn't mind watching horror movies or hang out, I want to make sure that she speaks of her own volition, of her own accord, telling me she wants to hang out with other friends. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to join and have to feel forced to be there with my wife. I have faith in my wife that she will be in good hands safely with any of her friends watching movies or at a party or whatever. I just don't want to feel forced to have to be there to supervise. And again, I am not a manipulative person. As long as my wife communicates clearly, I hope she communicates this clearly and communicate that she will be hanging out with this friend, whoever this friend is, and that friend at the site at this time at the location, and hope that she communicates that she'll be coming back home safe and sound. So I'm giving a heads up to all audience and viewers tuning in and hearing what I have to say at this moment at this hour that I am very cooperative with law enforcement, with the authority and agency, and I wouldn't hesitate to call out and name out all any friends that are potentially being a stalker, a creeper, or doing anything bad and evil or malicious in attempt to harm my wife or my immediate family or myself. That I am in full cooperative with the local law enforcement, and I will not hesitate to report anything, any suspicious content, whether online or in person, to law enforcement, to local police and authority. I will disclose and exercise everything within my legal powers to report and to find the culprit. And let this be a fair warning. I don't tolerate hostility, violence, and criminal activity. I am a vigil. I am a voluntary internet cybersecurity and safety vigilante that will document everything on ChatGPT and Google AI, Gemini, and Meta AI to enforce safety, cyber safety, and keep my wife safe from harm. I love my wife, and I've been married for almost 2 years, and I want to make sure that every friends are aware of that. That they need to be considerate, responsible, and uh, exercise right from wrong, and that's the memo. So again, I don't get along with Mars Makai because some of the things he says are feels off. If I were to quote what he said to other people, I'm sure they will not find that funny or will have trouble understanding what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of horror movies, and he should know that. He shouldn't be bringing it up. He should be bringing it up with some people that can tolerate that interest. And I can't say the same for my longtime friend Crazy Chris or Crazy 74. Chris, at least his dad, Joe Velasquez, old school, he's a great friend. He hardly ever calls me because I told him that I don't want to be bothered. I want to be left alone in peace. And I did check on other Facebook. I checked on my wife's account, on my wife's Facebook profile, because she's my wife. Oh, my wife is at home. Well, anyway, I'm gonna conclude this message. Thank you for tuning in. I am Sunbeam Titan, General Sunbeam. Appreciate your support. I'm in this live stream. I will live stream later on. It'll be AMSR. I'm just doing my usual routine, just writing stories on ChatGPT and doing Sora AI and all that, and sharing and spreading my own stories, my own original works on Gaia Online and other story platforms. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your support. And again, understand right from wrong. Understand that everything here on the internet has consequences. I had to change my underwear. It was bleeding.